Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to This Is a Work. My name is David Hensley. I'm the owner and creative director of Long Walk Productions, and I am here to introduce your host, the much happier now, David Two Doggz Hayes.
Thank you so much, David Hensley, and welcome to Rock Hill, South Carolina's only premier wrestling pay-per-view podcast. This is a work. I know it got a little shorter this time.
You gotta work on that.
Yeah, I do. With me, as always, my tag partner, Chris, the Fashion Plate Barnes. How are you?
Stop it. Hi.
You get so mad about that.
What are you talking about? That's not my name.
It is your name.
No, it is not my name.
Your name's not Chris?
Okay, it's Chris. There's a part in the middle we can
Not
skip.
Barnes?
It is Barnes. I'm just talking about the part in the middle that you keep insisting on putting in there. That's not my name.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Guys, we watched AEW Revolution last week. We were going to do straight to the podcast as soon as we watched it, but let's just say things happened.
Oh, yeah.
And we were all really tired, and we'll just leave that open-ended for you. It was a rough weekend for everybody, but we all had a good time. What'd you think about it?
Sorry. As soon as you said something, it's like a belch just worked its way in my throat. No, not an omen or anything. I loved it.
Yeah,
it was a fun time.
It really was. If I had to complain about one thing, I feel like it was a little bit too long. Not much. Not WWE too long.
No.
But
because I think there were fewer matches, but they let them have a lot more time than, like, say, WWE usually would.
They really did, which I think inevitably killed the momentum at some points.
A little bit. Now, according to the rest of the internet, we were wrong in a couple of spots, but I'll argue against it.
Right on. Well, let's jump right into it. Let's jump into the buy-in, where we had the Dark Order versus SoCal Uncensored.
Hell yeah.
Really, really good stuff. I am becoming a bigger Dark Order fan every single time they come on.
They're cooking something up.
They are. They're rumored the elder. What are they calling them?
I don't know.
The master, the elder, the whatever it is. They're rumored that that's going to be Matt Hardy.
There was thanks to our good friend Robert Bradford, he retweeted a picture that the Dark Order posted on Twitter today, and someone here it is. Yeah, it was a picture that said it read out like this: "Made from the void of hopelessness and from time spent away with the shadows, this is what it took for me to arrive. The calling. Hello, are you there? Ready and waiting. Dark Order welcomes me. You are here." And someone pointed out that if you took the letters from the first line of each one of those things, it spells out Matt Hardy.
Ah, very nice.
That also just sounds like the title to an Insane Clown Posse song.
Yes. It does. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I can't wait for it to happen. And even if it's not Matt Hardy, if it's going to be somebody else.
I mean, I think he'll be in AEW regardless because he's been teasing it all across the internet as well.
Right. So honestly, I'm excited to see who the guy is. If Matt Hardy is used properly, then I'm excited for it. I'll be honest, I don't want to see him just coming back in there and doing the broken gimmick or the woken gimmick. I don't think
gimmick, he will, essentially. Sure, elements of it will still pop in there, but yeah. I think he'll try and do something really new.
Yeah.
I think he'll at least attempt it.
Right. This match, it was pretty good for an opener.
There was an interesting bit when they were SoCal was giving an interview, and they basically they said Chris Daniels was going to go to the ring with them, and they stopped him and they said, actually, we'll do this ourselves.
Yeah. And then later on, a shadowy lurking figure comes out hooded, And everybody's like, oh, he's here. In fact, I believe I even said that when we were watching it. I was he's here. He's here. And it turns out it was Kazarian. Not Kazarian.
Daniels.
Daniels, thank you. And he runs to the ring, cleans house, and good fun was had by all.
Well, I think the reason they had him stay back was because for some reason his presence had led to them losing previously, or something like that.
There was that.
But there was a hint that the Dark Order was like saying that he's making them lose or something.
Well, there's that, and they've been targeting Christopher Daniels.
Okay.
Anyway, so
well, unfortunately, they didn't beat Dark Order, but when they were getting ganged up on, that helped clear the ring. Also helping clear the ring, making his AEW debut was
Colt Boom Boom Cabana.
Yes.
Oh my God, guys! If you don't know anything about Colt Cabana,
look up his YouTube channel and just start watching. He's
a comedic wrestler. You've seen him in WWE as Scotty Goldman before. I just love Cabana. He's so great, man.
He's been at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival.
Mm-hmm. He's been in. He's worked. We were talking about Insane Clown Posse a minute ago. He's done JCP
as Officer Colt Cabana.
Yeah, Officer
the Buzzkill.
He also has another character called Matt Classic.
Yes,
which is just a standard wrestling character, but Matt Classic's promos are nothing short of brilliance. Oh God. But we're not going to talk about Matt Classic or Officer Cabana. We're going to talk about Colt Cabana. Comes in, clears house. It's so good. I'm so excited for it. And sadly, Dark Order goes over on SCU. I gave this match 2.5 Meltzers. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Decent opener. So now we move into the actual pay-per-view where we have Jake Hager versus Dustin Rhodes.
I'm proud of you for not slipping.
Yeah, I know. You got to think about it.
Yeah.
It's so easy to go Jack Swagger.
It really is.
We the people. It's and nobody ever talks about his lisp that he has. It's so faint that you almost can't hear it, but once you hear it one time, you don't unhear it.
It's like Lashley.
Yeah,
but
kinda.
But likable.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Except now we've got something for, Jack Swagger. I always liked him, but he never really could get over.
No,
it was.
Not
they
really.
gave him everything in the world to try. They gave him Dutch Mantel, for the love of God. Hey, if you can't get over with Dutch, then I don't know what you're doing.
Or his mobility scooter.
Yeah, I was gonna say he came out in a freaking rascal. I mean, the man can't walk anymore, and it was awesome. And you still couldn't get over. Come on, dude. But now he's got something. He's with the Inner Circle, and he's got a wife, I guess.
Oh my God! Oh, that's right. That was this match.
I'm
sure they are a lovely couple, and they're wonderful to be around. But what they did during that match, yeah, he's a heel to me forever.
He had no problems taking a break before, during, and it's
presumably after.
Yeah.
We should back up and actually, this match was between him and Dustin Rhodes.
Right.
And
the reason this angle has happened because several months ago, he broke Dustin's arm.
Right.
So I don't know why she was there. I don't remember a story about her being there.
No.
It was confusing why.
They did an amazing job of taking a spot that is like you would normally have for faces, where like their loved ones in the crowd cheering them on, go, getting encouragement.
Pop.
Yeah.
And,
getting encouragement, and they're really drawing energy from their loved one, and they managed to reverse it quite well because he came over at one point to celebrate doing something horrible to Dustin Rhodes
and
by
shoved his tongue right down her throat.
They just Frenched for like a solid minute.
I mean,
it was gross.
I mean, they did it for so long, it got uncomfortable.
It did.
I mean, it's like what. Are we filming a love scene here?
There was a security.
What's happening?
The only thing keeping them from grinding on each other was that security barrier.
Right. Well, so the match goes for a little while, and then Dustin decides he's had about enough of this.
He doesn't so much forcefully kiss her, just rub his face paint off on her.
Yeah, he has to go over there, and he has to get himself a little action. I believe Dustin Rhodes is going to be the first wrestling victim of the Me Too movement, it looks like, because that was an assault. I
don't think they want to open that floodgate. There'd be nobody left.
Yeah, I know. So this match is a good match.
Yeah.
Again, Dustin has never looked better, and neither has Hager.
No.
My only issue with this match was the ending. It's like they...
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like they just... It's like the ref came over to him and said, guys, go home now.
This is not the first time it's happened either. Mm-hmm. And specifically, I know Aubrey's growing on you as a ref.
She really is. But I did not like her at first, but I think she's great now.
This is something they seem to have her do a lot. When she goes to check for a submission, she doesn't do the 3-arm lift.
No, she wiggles the hand
a little bit, and it's like and doesn't even seem to wait for a response. It's just like, okay, he's out, ring the bell.
Mm-hmm.
It's very quick and sudden. It's just like doesn't seem like they're, even if you know that he's not going to make it.
This is one of my problems with not only AEW, mm-hmm. but New Japan does this, Ring of Honor does it. I think Impact might still do it, but and WWE is really bad about it. Is they don't do the 3-hand drop anymore. Yeah. They do the shake the hand. If you're out, we're done.
Yeah, and I miss that. It adds more drama. The one raise down, 2 down, one more, and they're out. They're out. They're out. The arm. No, it stops like right from
we're gonna power up.
Yeah.
And the commentators get to put it over, and it's like, he's trying to get some oxygen into his system. Yeah. He's trying to move. He's trying to get some momentum, and
it's like the face version of the 5 count, where the heel's got till 5 to release that hold or stop doing what he's doing, or else he gets disqualified.
Right.
So of course they take it all the way up to 4.
Absolutely.
And it's like, the face in peril, they're laying down. They're just like, okay, they're going to let the arm drop a couple times, and then they're going to put all their power into the 3rd arm drop to stay in it.
And the thing about this is, I understand that we are in a new area in wrestling to where we have to you have to take some of these rules and you have to cast them aside. I don't agree with that entirely. I'm not what you call a wrestling purist.
But it's weird. It's weird though, because it's like we've basically destroyed kayfabe, but now you want things to look more real.
Right.
What you're choosing to try and emphasize as more real seems silly to me.
Yeah, we have to have some of these wrestling rules still intact. I understand what you're doing. I understand we're trying to move forward. I get it, but some of these rules need to still exist. That being one of them.
They're important physical storytelling beats.
Right. I mean, if you want to do 20 finishers now, we're way past that.
Yeah.
So there's no point in arguing this anymore. I mean, that was always a problem for me. But like I said, we're way past talking about that. Now, here, rules of the match. And we're going to get into this later on.
Sure.
This was a good match. I also gave this 2.5 Meltzers. I could have gone 3 on this, but I just... The ending bothered me because it was so abrupt.
That's what makes the 3-arm drop so important. That's when the audience that's the physical cue for the audience to rally.
Right.
With to bring their interest back in.
Yeah. But it was more than that though. It's really like Aubrey got in there and she said, guys,
we gotta stop.
you have 15 seconds, go home.
Yeah.
And they said, okay, I'm going to shoot you in the turnbuckle and I'm going to put you in the sleeper hold. That's it. And that's exactly what happened. And it was weird and it was awkward.
I think the only thing I wanted to point out was I just have Wikipedia open to remind me of what happened when, and apparently it's a thing for some reason. It's just not like a rundown of matches. There's they will do a quick short write-up of each match and what happened, and every time they mention a specific move, it's in quotes. So it's Hager performed a low blow to Rhodes. Right. Yeah, you're right. The ending did seem incredibly rushed and just like,
yeah,
we got to stop now. Okay, I'm done.
So 2.5 Meltzers on this one. Moving forward, actually, we're about to talk about what I was talking about earlier. We have, I believe this is one of Hensley's favorite wrestlers here. We have Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara.
It's been a good while since I've seen someone just fling themselves around like Darby Allin does.
Yeah. Shades of Matt Hardy, except watchable.
And with this match, and
I'm sorry, Jeff Hardy.
Sure, and with this match and whatever's happened since in the week, let's just go ahead and move the minute hand closer to midnight on the end of Darby Allin's career clock.
You gotta wonder, and he really does. He commits to his.
He started
stuff.
this match by getting in the ring and immediately throwing himself outside to Sammy, who is standing at ringside.
Yeah, the bell did not ring for a long time.
No, they had a pre-fight brawl.
They did a. Well, did we ever figure out if that was a triple flip that Guevara did?
I think it was a triple.
Somebody
table.
that was watching with us took the time to count during the replay.
It was an incredible move, but at the same time, and this is what I was talking about earlier, that's not just a finisher. That's a destroyer.
It is.
And then the bell rings. Well, now see, if you follow wrestling rules, then what happens when this bell rings is you drag Darby's lifeless body back into the ring and you pin him. And that's the end. But Darby rallies.
Because Sammy went for a table.
Right.
And Darby had no right to rally, especially after he draped Sammy over a guardrail and went to suicide dive into him and missed. He missed.
Wasn't this also when we were all sitting here questioning, why don't you just use the table that's right there?
Yeah.
Because, Dave, it turns out that table was for a later match.
Oh, right. Oh, right.
That was one of my favorite parts of the night when they
10 minutes go by of us questioning, there's a table right there. Why are you setting up another one?
Sammy, it's right there. Maybe he can't see purple.
Yeah, it's in the realm of the Spanish gods. Turns out
it was weird. It was just weird. It's like, oh, why has he got to get that? Because it's special for later.
Turns out it was.
It was.
So this match,
these guys go hard. It's
just through it. Sammy G's my man.
He also did the top turnbuckle rest spot where he
did.
I love that. That's great.
I love this kid so much, man. Darby Allin also nothing to sneeze at.
No, not in the least.
And I said this the other night. I worry about his longevity.
Oh no, he doesn't have more than a few years left.
Yeah, I think he's like 25. 26, something like that.
He'll be retired by 31.
Yeah, and see, he may have...
Unless he can adopt a wholly different style.
Yeah, he's going to have to because he can't keep doing this because it's every night.
Yeah.
He came back out Wednesday doing the same stuff.
His evolution will be like Jericho's. He'll eventually have to ground himself more.
Mm-hmm. The thing about Jericho is Jericho did have that technical prowess.
Yeah.
in his back pocket that he can always go to.
Absolutely.
Does Darby have that? I don't know.
I hope so, because he's going to have to start relying on it more and more.
Because, the only thing about Darby Allin is when I saw him in Evolve, and they did a little doc on him, still, you don't know anything about his technical prowess.
Sorry, I saw a tweet from Robert Bradford again earlier today, and he just said, Darby Allin's face paint is his health meter. The further it wears off the match.
We should have... God, we need to have Bradford back on here, man.
Yes, absolutely.
We're leaving money on the table.
He's finally cooled off from the Royal Rumble. I think it's safe to be in a room with him again.
I thought he was going to bust through my wall.
Like the Kool-Aid man.
Damn it.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. This was a fantastic match.
It was so much fun.
I gave it a solid 4 Meltzers. I couldn't go 5 just because there were a couple of botches. One of them being where he rammed his head into the barricade.
Oh, God, yeah.
Just missiled it, just bam. And you even saw him try to adjust the barricade so that he could hit it properly. Still botched.
Yeah.
Again, how you gonna... You're gonna have to develop something else, kid. You're great, and I'm pulling for you. You're gonna have to develop some other type of work rate.
I just expect to see him do that one day, and then the screen turn into the Dark Souls "You died" screen.
Right. And the thing about it, we don't know if he can cut a promo either. We haven't really seen him on the mic that much.
He noticeably doesn't talk, and I think that's to his credit, honestly.
Right on.
We completely forgot about his skateboard spots because he
God!
Because this was his first match back from getting hammered in the throat with it.
Yes, that's right.
Which that feeds into him not having to cut a promo.
It's always going to be something like that. It's.
I haven't seen it enough that I didn't recognize it as his finisher at first until you pointed it out. But I love his coffin drop.
The coffin drop is fantastic.
It's perfect for him.
And I'm going to make a weird reference here. Yeah. It reminds me of a young Ted DiBiase who used to, he would get up on the second rope and do a back elbow.
Okay.
And it was... the thing about it doesn't sound impressive until you try to do it. It's
I can see that.
Incredibly difficult. I loved that move forever. I wanted it when I was wrestling. I wanted it to be my finisher, but I would either miss it by a mile or I would kill my opponent. And so I just had to. I tried it 3 times, and I'm like, okay, you know what? That's
3 bodies I've had to get rid of.
Yeah, it's. So I never could nail it.
Yeah, I just love it for him because the coffin drop is so perfect for his style. Where it's just like, I'm going to get up on this top turnbuckle. I'm going to fling myself at you without even looking.
Yeah, backwards.
If I connect, you're dead. Because it's it. He just flings himself backwards so that it basically he like a human missile. He hits his opponent. It's like it's very much his style if you watch him wrestle.
Yeah. 4 Meltzers for this, man. Fantastic. Absolutely. So we're going to move into a tag match with Kenny Omega and Adam Page versus the Young Bucks. Now, we're still teasing the heel turn from Adam Page.
Yeah. And boy, did he tease it hard.
They're still teasing it, man. I mean, I don't know.
Is it really a tease? Because after what happened in this match, even without seeing what happened on Wednesday, just like he's pretty much at the line and just kind of dipping his toe on the other side.
No, he did he came down to help out Nick Jackson this past week on Dynamite, but the thing about it is he took a really long time to do it. They whooped his ass for a hard minute.
Yeah.
And then Adam Page comes down drinking a beer, and walked down and then, found a
good spot for his beer.
Yeah, so he could set it down. Then he jumps in the ring, handles business. Nick's, you can see it after he clears the ring and everybody rallies. And Jackson looks at him and is like, what the hell, man? What took you so long? Well, he shoots him the bird. He goes, fuck you. And then grabs his beer right back out the door.
That's not a tease.
No. Even though he did come down there and help.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna.
That's like working at your job, and it's like, oh, I gotta come out there and do something.
Yeah,
all right, sure.
It's like it's honestly, it's like you're arguing with your boss.
Yeah,
but you're still coming in the next day.
Yeah, exactly.
So these guys, they tore it down.
And he's like, "What the hell?" And I'm like, I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah. Hey, what do you want from me? These guys tore it up. It was a great match.
Did. Oh my God. Yeah, so they were teasing the turn and they were trying to be respectful in the beginning and go for handshakes and Adam Page just flat out spits on Matt.
Yeah, a hot tui.
Yeah.
It was
it was all respectful till Hangman got in the ring.
Right. And then this is another thing where, guys, we got to have... This was not a no DQ match.
No. No.
This was not a Falls Count anywhere.
It's unclear what the basic rules seem to be at any given moment in AEW.
At some point, they just quit tagging in and out. And then they started tagging in and out again.
Yeah.
And then they quit again. Mm-hmm. They were all over the board.
Or at least at the very least, I mean, they were doing like lazy quick tags in that they were like small tags that the ref couldn't have seen.
Right. Well, I didn't see them.
I mean, I saw them, but it was
I saw some.
It was like a quick tap on the back. It's like the ref couldn't have seen that. The camera saw that because it was right there.
That's another thing. I don't like the tag on the back. I haven't been a fan of that for a couple of years now. I like the gotta tag the hand. You can tag the shoulder or whatever.
I like those to show off, and it worked when Adam did it, when Hangman did it, because it's a tag that shows off as like, I'm not really interested in being a teammate. I'm coming in to get my licks.
That's my point.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's like
I like it when there's feuding or when there's something like that going on, but I don't like it for a strategy.
Yeah. No,
like a blind tag. Mm-hmm. That's that doesn't work for me. I get it, but that's just me being an old guy again.
One of my favorite parts of the match is when, after Hangman was really disrespectful and they started unloading on him, the Young Bucks also just as a strategy, even though they're supposed to be the like Kenny is a face in this. He's just caught in the crossfire. The Young Bucks are a face because Hangman's the one disrespecting them. But of course, them being the seasoned tag vets, they use what is pretty much a heel tactic where they take down Adam Page and then they would storm over to Kenny and just knock him down. And they do this in succession because Kenny gets back up and then they immediately clobber him again. It's like, what the hell?
And the thing about it, the crowd kind of turned on the Young Bucks.
They did. They did, because it's like they understood. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Kenny's trying.
They started catching some heat, and which I don't. It's kind of a testament. I kind of like Adam Page as a face. He's really, other than Cody Rhodes, this is your only pretty boy baby that you got.
I mean, if they do it right, they can have him ride the line like Stone Cold in a good way.
They can,
and there seems like that's where it's at right now, at least until they make a full commitment.
Right. So,
because what you described happening on Dynamite, that's a very Stone Cold thing to do.
It really is. Well, that's what we're playing up to. I think we're playing out a tweener gimmick here, at least for right now, anyways. This was a decent match. Lots of fun. I think this went on about 15 minutes too long.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the internet seems to disagree, but it's like they kind of dragged this out a little too far.
They really did. Which, the thing about it, I could have watched Hager and Rhodes for another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But this one I started losing it. Felt like
not
the crowd
that there
lost
wasn't
it,
enough
too.
action. It's just like it just was too long.
It just there wasn't that much story in it.
No.
You know, it's
It was all up front. You knew what the issue was up front.
and again, this is another problem. You know that old heads will say. And, you know, this is a fine example of it. You can't have finisher after finisher after finisher after finisher because it's like fireworks. Problem is, how often do we actually watch fireworks? Probably twice a year. Mm-hmm. You know, you'll watch it at New Year's and you'll see it at 4th of July. If you see it any more than that, then 4th of July and Christmas is not that, or New Year's is not that special anymore. And it's kind of the same thing for here.
It's definitely not special around here because people decide to launch them the day before the holiday, the day of the holiday, and then a couple nights after because they still got some left over.
That's true. But that's the blessing of living in South Carolina. Mm-hmm. 3.5 Meltzers for this great match.
Yeah, it was a great match. It just got long in the tooth.
And speaking of getting long in the tooth, that brings us to our next. Oh, what you got?
Well, just to clarify, is like surprisingly, I think surprisingly in terms of where the story went, Kenny and Hangman retained. They won.
They did. They
won.
Still have their belts.
Kenny tried to have Hangman play nice at the end and shake hands with the Bucks like he did. Mm-hmm. He did not.
Nope, not gonna do it.
No, but he did still stick by Kenny at least.
Yeah.
It was like they were towing that line.
And they had a little shoot interview beforehand that was nice about where they got into it, and I don't remember what exactly got it started, but Paige started getting ornery during the interview, and the Jacksons started yelling at him. He was like, look, we sought you out, okay? Look, you were in Impact as a jobber before we even... I was like, we use an inside term.
It's like when
that is fun.
It's like when there's a roast and you can feel that's a very personal detail that just got shot at somebody.
Yeah. But yeah, the fantastic match. Can't say enough good things about it.
Long in the tooth.
This next match, I got a lot of bad stuff to say.
This is unfortunate because this really was kind of the worst match of the night.
Yeah, we got Statlander versus Nyla Rose.
I think I would like Chris Statlander's gimmick if someone else was doing it.
See, now here's the thing, and one of our other guests that we've had on the show, Shelby,
yes,
is and I believe Gina Bilma also. We're all three fans of Chris Statlander because we've seen her on Dynamite.
Yeah,
and she does decent work. It's not great. She might be the best one they've got.
It just seems like what she's making of the gimmick is not going anywhere.
It's, I think it was more than that. I don't. She looks pretty good on Dynamite.
Yeah.
But when it came time for her to come up and step her game up at the pay-per-view,
no,
she did not produce, and neither did Nyla Rose. That. I can't say anything good about this match. This was the worst.
No, it really was. And again, going back to Chris Statlander's gimmick, well, why is the woman who thinks she's an alien here wrestling? That's just what I want to know. What's the explanation there?
Okay, thank you. That answers my question because I was going to say this is the woman with the actually from outer space gimmick, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is what TV tropes would refer to as an informed attribute.
Yes.
Because just judging solely by what I saw, if you hadn't told me, oh, she's a space alien,
Yeah.
I did not get that out of her
Because she doesn't
whatsoever.
dress any weirder than a pro wrestler.
No. Well, it's exactly what you would think an alien would do. An alien would come down to Earth and decide, I'm going to take over, the world.
Right.
But first, I have to capture the AEW women.
You couldn't finish that with a straight face.
I tried.
No, you did.
I mean, we've seen this 100 times. We've seen this with Max Moon.
Yes.
We've seen this with Lasertron.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that that's also Jason Finger's favorite wrestler, Lasertron.
That sounds right.
Oh God! And there's been more, and I'm blanking. There's been a bunch more.
Oh sure. Well, there was Tag Team 2000, but they were a time travel gimmick.
There was the New Breed.
Yes.
But they were also time travelers.
Yes. You heard me. Oh, was it? What name did I just say? Fuck. Tag Team 2000.
Yeah.
They came back from a timeline where Dusty Rhodes was president.
Oh.
That did happen. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Thank you, WrestleCrap.
Yes. Deep pull. Well done, Barnes.
So we are the worst.
That.
So we are the worst timeline if you're guessing.
Yeah. Oh, President Dusty Rhodes. My God. This match was just pure garbage.
Yeah, as it was on par with some of the poorer showings of like the women's division of WWE when they're seeming sluggish because they really were. It seemed like a practice run at 3/4 speed.
They're gonna have to. You got to pull this division, man.
There was a distinct spot where one or both of them could have died.
Refresh my memory.
It happened off the turnbuckle.
Yeah. What was that? Yeah, I remember looking at it, but I don't remember what it was now.
It was unsettling to watch because everybody there
got very nervous.
Everybody there realized immediately, oh, that could have gone horrible.
Yeah, and
they got lucky, super lucky.
Yeah, that really tough day at the office, man.
They were really struggling to finish their spots.
Personally, if I was Tony Khan or Cody, I would say, okay, these guys are going on the back burner. We'll keep them on. We'll keep them relevant on Dynamite. The women's division in general.
Because
we'll keep it relevant, but they're going to have to step up their game.
Yeah, there needs to be something done.
You're not going to see them in a pay-per-view for a long time until they step up there, because this is embarrassing now. This has been embarrassing. There are a couple of decent workers in there, but again, Statlander was one of those decent workers. And no, man, this was. I gave this match a -1 Meltzer.
It was worrying to watch.
It was unsettling. It got it started. My stomach started turning at one point.
We honestly started shouting for the match to end just for their safety.
Yeah, just because as somebody's going to die here, and
was this the match with the bald ref who kept screaming numbers in people's faces?
Yes, it was.
He shows up again later, but I just remember him, either at Nyla or Chris, just yelling 7, right in her face when they were being counted out.
Yeah, it was
as if he was very pointedly saying, "Get back in the ring,
for the love of God, please stay.
You need to go home."
And I don't mean in the match. I mean get in your car and leave. So mercifully, we're going to move past this.
To quote Jerry the King Lawler, mercifully, this match has ended.
Yes. Nyla Rose goes over. Oh, great.
Thank you, Wikipedia. It was either the superplex they did. Or
that's what it was.
The superplex was super worrying.
It did not look good.
It was super perplexing.
Yes.
This guy.
There should be a finisher called the Super Perplex.
Well, we're going to move on to something much better.
Oh, yes.
We have Maxwell Jacob Friedman versus Cody. Another great match. There is... I'm going to start out with... I gave this a 3.5 Meltzer.
Yes. Okay.
I would have given it a 4, but I couldn't. The reason that I couldn't, It's very selfish, and it bothered me the whole time. Cody got a goddamn neck tattoo.
I knew it. Yeah, it's terrible.
It's weird ass neck tattoo.
I think my favorite thing I saw following watching the event was seeing on Twitter kayfabe news saying wrestlers scientifically incapable of getting good tattoos.
Yeah, why? Why did you do that?
On the
why
neck.
did you put
Why
that
on the neck?
on your neck?
It's
your pasty ass. I mean, and
it's the new symbol for the Nightmare Collective that he got. It's his new, and to the point where it's definitely the new symbol because Arn Anderson was wearing a sweater vest with it embroidered on it.
Yeah, I mean, God, I could not take my eyes.
It was.
It really took me out of the match a little bit because I kept staring at it. It's like a guy with a mole on his face, and
it was very prominent, and just I mean, I understand. No, it's just now you got to look at that every time you see.
Yeah, he comes out and he cuts a promo on Dynamite this past week, which Dynamite was pretty damn good.
Nice.
We'll talk about it after this.
Okay.
But he comes out and he cuts a promo and
hold on a second
on Dynamite, and again. All I can stare at is that damn tattoo.
Mole.
I want to poke it with a stick.
Mole.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet your mole. Don't say mole.
I said mole.
I said mole. Regardless of his weird
and terrible ideas for tattoo placement.
This was a damn good match.
It was. Oh my God, him versus MJF.
So good. We told such a good story.
Mm-hmm.
MJF, man, you can't. Is there anything better than him? Oh my God!
And he's living the gimmick because TMZ reported people were complaining that he flipped off a 7-year-old at a signing.
He did. He flipped.
There's a picture. He's just sitting there as the kid is right immediately to the table. And he's just got the finger up at him the whole time.
Well, he also took somebody's beer and chucked it at somebody else.
Yeah.
In the match, he just.
Well, I'll tell you, he tweeted about because that got some heat, and and they were like kind of blaming AEW for that, and so AEW tried to make amends and gave him free tickets or whatever, gave him some merch, and
didn't he say fuck that kid?
Yes, he tweeted after all that was done. Fuck that kid. I regret nothing. And
proper heel.
That's well done. My hat is off to you.
His hat is
God
literally
bless
off.
you. You and please
continue.
Yes.
Fuck that kid.
Chuck Taylor, who is in AEW and is currently a face, used to work a heel a lot on the indies. Mm-hmm. One of his favorite things to do, there's footage of it, is make children cry.
Yes. Look, yeah,
you're the heel.
Yeah. I love it. I can't love it any more than I do.
Yeah.
I
perfectly acceptable.
I honestly, I want to go to work. I feel like MJF needs more security besides Wardlow. And personally, I would like to volunteer for this campaign. I want MJF running for president in 2020. I don't care what I don't care what your platform is.
Fuck your platform.
Let's do this. Let's do it.
It's flipping off 7-year-olds, and he has my vote.
Yeah.
Because I personally wish I could flip off 7-year-olds all day long.
I have done, and
I dream of living in a world in which we can freely flip off 7-year-olds.
I have also flipped off 7-year-olds when I wrestled, and
That's
not only that,
shout at the heel.
Not only that, if you cast your eyes northward towards Lincolnton, there is a podcaster up there by name of Mike Payne. When my son was like maybe 9, now this wasn't even in front of a crowd. He just did it. He was playing in the ring with my son, And he just jumped up on the second rope, looked down at my kid, gave him the double bird, and then dropped the double axe handle on.
Oh, the double.
He was like, "Non."
He's old enough to sell. And going back to it, not he did in fact take one fan's beer and throw it at another fan while in the crowd.
And well, he should have. And fuck that fan.
It was one of the first things he did was he got out. He ran away from Cody and went and hid in the crowd. And while they were yelling at him, he just did that.
Right. So
while he was in the middle of being a coward, he just he doubled down.
Right now, he did apparently gig himself.
Oh, that's right. This was was this the start of it? Yes.
Yeah.
This was the start of the are they using blood packs?
This is controversial, man.
Because he got thrown out of the ring, and there was some time spent for him to do what he did.
There are some well-informed wrestlers that are out there that are saying that he gigged himself, and then there are some other well-informed wrestlers that are saying that was a blood pack.
Well, I'll say we sat there and watched we watched this pay-per-view with our friends who are theater people.
Yeah,
so they understand fake blood,
right?
And they were looking at it and looking at the way it was. And you worked with real blood and fake blood because pro wrestler and theater guy.
Sure.
You understand the difference, and I think you guys are quicker to notice it wasn't really moving or consistently changing the way blood would.
It did not look real to me. I also did not see a gig anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it wasn't. He may very well have. I didn't see it.
I'm sorry. I decided to go to MJF's Twitter.
Yes, as you should.
Ryan, Satine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's
TMZ.
He regularly covers wrestling stuff on Twitter.
We reached out to MJF for comment and got back this 3-word statement: "Fuck them kids."
If that's not a T-shirt for him at some point.
And then he tweeted, "Cry about it."
Yeah.
Proper heel.
Hensley, I recommend. I don't do a lot on Twitter, but I follow MJF, and it is nothing short of brilliant every time.
I saw him once justify throwing a fan's hat off of his head into the crowd by saying it could have been a weapon.
Yeah. There's actually a recent video of him walking out of an arena and walked by a fan. The fan wasn't even doing anything. He just grabbed his hat and tossed it into the road.
Yep.
just because. Mm-hmm. And I say, good job. He had it coming. Mm-hmm. Right. Man, great match. Great story. And it's left open-ended.
Yes.
So we're not done here.
Yeah, it was hellacious back and forth, and then
even the beginning of the go home, where MJF, he's bleeding, Cody's rallied and he's about to put him away.
Yeah.
And he starts hugging him.
Yes.
He grabs his foot. He pulls
the foot he took the boot off of and bit his foot.
Yeah. Because it was already out on the internet that Cody had broken his toe.
Yeah.
And
he grabs that foot and starts hugging him for forgiveness.
Stands all the way up, hugs him.
And he's like, I want to put this behind us. He's it's like,
and then turns around, slaps him, spits on him, and goes to work again.
Yep.
Oh God. It
was wonderful. And then a little earlier, Brandy goes, Cody's wife goes over to taunt Wardlow to because he was starting to get involved. I think he was
Right. How did that go down?
Brandy approaches him.
Yeah, she instigated this.
A little. Well, Wardlow had put himself in the match. I think it's
a little bit.
So Brandy goes over to confront him, and she squares up with him. I think she runs at him to try and knock into him or something.
Yeah.
He catches her. Because of course he would.
Right.
And then Cody Double A starts coming up to back up Brandy, and then Cody gets out, and Wardlow sees Cody coming and moves, and he decks Arn Anderson instead. So they have to help him to the back, and that's enough of a distraction.
Yeah. Such good stuff.
And then it ends with Cody putting him down with 2 crossroads, and just as before he can get the proper win, he's distracted long enough that MJF has slipped his ring.
Yeah.
I forget which ring.
Which again, the ring is the ring that he won in the Battle Royal.
Okay.
The Dynamite Diamond Ring.
Yes.
And he puts that on and basically just clocks Cody with it.
Yeah. Just an old school heel move.
Yeah, and he tosses it or pockets it real quick.
He pocketed it.
Yeah.
Put it down the trunks.
And then covers him. Yep.
Just a beautiful win. Crowd's angry.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's very disappointed. I loved it. MJF goes over on Cody. 3.5 Meltzers. I'd give 4, but that goddamn neck tattoo it's haunting my dreams.
Here's the thing: it's a sticking point because it's a permanent tattoo on the side of his neck.
It's god.
But it was a great match, great storytelling. Everyone hit their beats perfectly.
Yeah, that's how you do it, guys. Yeah. That's how you do it.
It's a great melding of classic and new.
And that's what makes AEW great right now.
Because they're listening to the past and they're using it to shape their future.
Exactly. Well, we got to move on here. So now we have, again,
this is the next to last match, and it's a barn burner.
It is. This match made the internet explode with controversy because half of the people hate this match and the other half love it.
So half the people are wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And half the people are absolutely 100% correct.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
This would be the king. I can't even get it out. You're going to have to say it.
Wait, what? What's the... I don't know. I don't know what...
The king of sloth style.
That's...
Orange Cassidy.
The what style?
The king of sloth style.
Sloth. I want a shirt. I want that shirt.
Oh, it's already a shirt, man.
Okay.
It's already... AEW is a t-shirt company. You know that's already a shirt.
I did not know that. I haven't kept up. But Dave, bookmark that. That's my birthday gift.
Okay.
Yeah. Freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy versus Pac.
The bastard Pac.
The bastard. Man, I mean... this is it's also a testament to Pac because
I was going to start with that. Yeah, you go ahead.
The reason that he left WWE is because he was mainly upset because they wanted him to put over Enzo Amore, who is just by definition a silly ass character.
He's a Muppet, yes.
But then he goes over here to AEW.
But I think that has very much to do with how Enzo is out of the ring.
It's got a lot to do with it.
His personality was, by all accounts,
a rapist.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, and nothing was proven.
Yeah, nothing was proven. He was acquitted. But yeah.
We don't have the budget for a lawyer. What are you
Oh, that's a good point.
That's it, yeah.
Well, that's what I heard.
Allegedly.
But yeah, it's like, and by all accounts, who he was out of the ring was that guy you saw on TV. So being around that all the time, and the fact that he was fairly deficient in the ring.
Yeah, he was.
But so I understand Pac not wanting to do that. But by all accounts, Orange Cassidy is not Enzo.
Not by a long shot.
So I can see
that man works better with his hands in his pockets than all of the entire women's division in AEW.
Wow.
That is, if I am wrong, tell me.
They will.
Doggz, I am mad at you for this because prior to that, if anyone had asked me if I had a favorite wrestler, the answer would have been a hard no.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy, probably my favorite wrestler now.
I have several matches that you need to watch that are
Well, you
nothing
showed
short
me
of golden.
You showed me the one where he fell asleep and the guy was trying to pin him without waking him up.
Yeah. Another one. Yeah. It's
so-
a modified sleeper
so
where he rocked
good.
him to sleep.
It's so good, and again, testament to Pac, because hearing about how much he hated dealing with Enzo and how much he puts this over,
Yeah.
is like night and day.
And guys, if you want, this is the thing, and a lot of people don't like this because there's wrestling purists out there, or so they call themselves. And
That means if they've liked anything ever slightly entertaining in wrestling, they're hypocrites.
yeah, basically, when you if you call yourself a wrestling purist now, with maybe one or two exceptions, that means you like something 20 years ago or longer, and everything
30 at
else
this point.
after that is crap.
At least 30 at this point.
yeah.
And it amounts to stop liking what I don't like.
Right. I mean, you could say,
I'm
hey,
sorry.
I like the stuff back in the 70s, but all those people are dead now. So,
Well, I mean, look at Japan. Japan is one of the places that take this deadly serious, and then they also have some of the silliest moments ever. You
Yep.
can do both with wrestling, and that's the majesty of it.
that's what makes this a great art form.
And that's what makes Orange
He
Cassidy-
came from Chikara Pro.
Yeah, and that's what makes Orange Cassidy a great character. One of the selling points was he might try tonight. We don't know.
Yes. But yeah, it's comedy wrestling.
Yeah.
It is taking the rules of wrestling, and we're going to still work with it, sort of. We're just going to turn it on its side.
Yeah. Colt Cabana is also a king of that.
Yeah, Colt Cabana, another comedy wrestler who is just great. I don't even want to talk about this match because I don't want to spoil. I want people to go and watch it.
It is a thing of magic. I will spoil one thing. Orange Cassidy does try.
He does try.
He does eventually try. There is I know he's done it before, but Pac tries to go up to the top rope and hit him, and Orange Cassidy moves out of the way.
Well, he
And
just
as
rolls
only he can.
all the way over to the other side of the ring.
And Pac counters it.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about Orange Cassidy lazily rolling out of the ring.
Yes.
And then getting back in, laying down, and lazily rolling towards the other side and laughing when he gets caught.
He got caught by Pac. Pac just casually walks over and steps in front of him where he's going to roll to. And he corpses. He corpses so hard.
Now here's the question, guys. Was that him just going, hey, you got me? Or was that him, did he break character?
I think he genuinely broke for a minute.
He did.
I think he just saw Pac.
Either way, I loved it.
I swear to God, you don't see Pac's face. I swear he's just looking at. I'm pretty sure he's just like, He just does that moment.
Well, you see him nodding.
Yeah,
It's
there's
like,
a moment between the two of them where it's just like just having so much fun.
I'm sorry. This is a fun match.
This is what hooked me about wrestling. This is one of those things.
This is adorable. This is cute. This is fun.
And again, that moment of Pac catching him when they're looking at it, and they're both just having so much fun with their job.
Right. Now, Pac eventually, inevitably, he goes over, and well, he should.
Yes.
Because he deserves it. He's a fantastic wrestler, and he deserves nothing less but a win and to move further in this company.
But it's also a loss that doesn't hurt Orange Cassidy at all. This is fantastic for both of them.
It's not going to hurt anybody.
No.
If Cassidy had went over, it's not going to hurt Pat. Well, it might. It might hurt him a little bit. But
This definitely
they did it right.
They did it right, and it went in a way that just helps both of them.
Yeah.
It looked great.
And I went 4 Meltzers on this.
Absolutely.
And could have went stronger. So now we come to the main event.
Oh, boy.
And so we have Chris Le Champion Jericho versus Jan Merkley. I hate the way he says his name. I hate it.
Which announcer is this?
I can't. I don't know. I don't care what it.
You know his name.
I really don't. I don't
know his name.
I don't.
I do.
I
You
quit
said
paying
it the
attention.
night of.
I did, but somebody looked it up.
Well, no, it was on screen. I think they gave him his own.
That's the only way I knew is because somebody had to say it out loud before I knew. And you see, I've already forgotten. So the only thing
It's
I know.
Justin Roberts.
Justin Roberts. Okay. Yeah. Well, what I hate is I hate the way he says his name.
It's true. He does hold on the John for a really long time.
Why is he throwing R's in there that don't belong? I don't know. I feel like he's been in the bathroom.
Well, like I said that night appropriately, I'm pretty sure Moxley is the Leroy Jenkins of AEW.
But again, Jon Moxley versus Chris Jericho for the AEW World Title. Just a barn burner. That's guys. Wow. Such
That was a war.
great
That was
match.
a war.
Turns out there was more questionable. Did he gig himself? Did Moxley gig himself? Turns out he did.
He had a gash on his cheek.
They
or something.
kept it hidden. No,
Yeah.
it was just above the
it was.
eye,
Oh,
and it
okay.
was a deep cut.
But
it was right over that patch.
And I think he just kept massaging it through the eye patch he
yeah,
wore. So
which
that it
made me think that
it was like a blood pack hidden in the eye patch. That's what we were all thinking.
But they hit it until the last moment where you saw it. I was like, oh, that's a deep gash. Yeah. That's,
Well, the big reveal was Jon Moxley's other eye was actually okay.
Yeah.
So, he had 2 eyes the whole time.
Right.
Oh my God, it's Jon Moxley.
Who could have seen that coming? Just fantastic.
Yeah.
Match. Jericho, I know he's gotten old and
Time does that to you.
and and he's gained a lot of weight, but damn it, man, he has never looked better.
It's the polar opposite of what happened in Super Showdown.
He just keeps reinventing himself, and he can still go. That lion salt is damn pretty, man. It's still pretty. I mean, what else can you say? This beautiful match. Beautiful.
They tore it down. They came at each other the hardest they could.
Yeah. Jon Moxley wins, and he is your new AEW champion, and well deserved. Well deserved. This could be a full turning point in wrestling. I'm excited to see what happens.
Feels weird to come off satisfied after a pay-per-view, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I know, and which is weird to me because tomorrow we're going to be watching the Elimination Chamber, and I just don't care. I really don't.
It's because the WWE doesn't seem to.
No, yeah, they clearly don't care.
It's like this is the only thing this is in the way of getting ready for WrestleMania.
Right. Which WrestleMania's getting weird.
It's like, does this matter? It doesn't seem like it matters. Does anything have repercussions following this?
Right. Well, it seems like, and apparently even the internet marks are aware of this. The only reason that Wyatt lost his title to Goldberg is so that Goldberg can get some heat because they're going to do Roman Reigns versus Goldberg so that people will start cheering for Roman because...
How much rub does Roman Reigns need?
Seriously.
In a lifetime.
Now, see, I'm glad you told me that because now I know when to take a smoke break.
Yeah, well, it'll be at the end of the night.
I'll have a lot more before then.
Yeah, and it won't. you better smoke it quick because it's only going to be a minute and a half.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anything with Goldberg there's going to be a botch somewhere, at least one, and it's going to be within the first 2 minutes, and that's going to be the whole match. The entrances are going to take longer than the match.
It's going to be 5 Superman punches and a spear off, I guess.
You think? You really think there's going to be? I think there's going to be 2 Superman punches. I think you're giving them too much.
I don't know. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe that was just special for the Undertaker.
I think 5 Superman punches is a lot because you got to have some kind of a setup for that Superman punch.
He doesn't know how to fill any other way aside from a spear.
Yeah. And this is going to be spear versus. I say that we see 6 spears.
You're right. There will be a spear off.
Yeah.
There will definitely be a spear off. It'll be their version of Suplex City.
I hope to God Roman Reigns doesn't take a jackhammer from him.
You mean that aggressive? That aggressive slam.
That really fucked up power slam that happened.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He used to. I was like, I know he's older, but he used to be able to do a proper one.
He's done it to the Big Show.
Yes.
But So and the Elimination Chamber, even the women's.
The fact that they even tried to imply that move was a jackhammer against the Fiend is an insult.
Yeah.
It's probably the least it's probably the least they've ever thought of the fans' intelligence.
And the thing about they're not talking about it.
No.
They're just, hey, Goldberg's the champion. Hey, Bray Wyatt's not. And now they're pushing John Cena versus The Fiend.
Yes.
I don't hate that.
It doesn't bother me, and it's fine to me
because I know the Fiend will go over.
Right. It's fine to me that the Fiend isn't trying for a rematch because the Fiend is a character that honestly would only care about having the belt in order to mess with people.
Right.
So he's picked a new target. That's fine to me, logic wise.
It's just that we've been through so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's you've shit on it so badly that it's. I don't blame them. I wouldn't talk about it either. Let's just pretend this didn't happen. Poof, Goldberg's champion.
Weird, how'd that happen?
Yeah.
Scene missing.
Right. And then we'll talk about, Fiend versus Cena and Roman versus, I don't even want to say it. Goldberg is getting... I'm starting to hate Goldberg as much as I hate Bruno Sammartino. And I know. People give me shit about it. How do you hate Bruno Sammartino? It's very easy. It's
I don't care. He seems important, but that's whatever.
Oh, he's useless.
I encourage this just because
he's a useless sack of Polish hair. It's
I thought he was Italian.
What? It doesn't matter. Something weird. It's
something foreign.
But anyway, getting back to it. Sorry, we got off on a tangent.
Isn't it just the perfect example of how much wrestling fans like to feel angry? Just because we came off talking about how great AEW was and went straight into WWE.
Yeah, I know. It's because I keep looking ahead and I'm like,
it's tomorrow.
I know. It's and the women's the Elimination Chamber. It's a great idea, and I don't care. You have the Riot Squad in that you've been jobbing, or they have just been missing from television.
Now they're half the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, it's half of the Elimination Chamber, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
And
then there's Natalya.
Natalia, another jobber.
Not a jobber per se, but she's not going to win.
Yeah, you know it.
And who else is there? Who else is left? Is Asuka?
It's Asuka and oh God, who's the other one?
I asked you.
Is it Lynch? No, it can't be Lynch.
No.
It doesn't matter. It's because it's garbage.
We'll find out in less than 24 hours.
Yes, we will. overall, I gave this whole thing. Let me pull up my overall rating here. I gave AEW Revolution a solid 3.5. I could have gone higher.
Neck tattoo?
The neck tattoo brought it down a full Meltzer, man. Well,
Shayna Baszler's in
there it is.
Yeah.
Shayna, and I think that's if they do anything less than Shayna Baszler winning.
There's rumors that Vince isn't really hot on her.
Of course he's not.
I know.
See, the thing
Wait,
about
so say those back to me again. I'm sorry. Who's in the Elimination Chamber?
Natalya, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Asuka, Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, Natalia's going to win.
And even
I think his cynicism tends to match the WWE booking.
they do that shit just to piss somebody, mainly me. I mean, oh my God.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope that in retrospect just comes off as me being pithy, but
the thing, let's play this for a minute. If Natalya did win,
There's a tag team elimination chamber happening.
There is. Yep.
Sorry, go ahead.
If Natalya did win this thing, it's not that I wouldn't be mad about it, but I wouldn't care. Because, well, that means it's gonna be Natalya versus Becky Lynch, and who gives a fuck? It's same thing if Ruby Riott wins. Who I like Ruby Riott, but I also
there's just no momentum for it.
She ain't gonna win.
Right. It's one of those matchups you look at as like, well, good day for the champion. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sarah Logan. I love Sarah Logan, and I would. Okay, if that happens, I'd mark a little bit because I'd really like to see
Great for her. Yeah.
Liv Morgan, it'd be nice to see it, but you've already buried her.
Yeah.
So why?
You repackaged her and let it fall flat. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've already ruined that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, Shayna and Asuka are going to be there at the end, and then they're going to have their little match, and then that's what's going to happen.
And I'm betting it would be Shayna so that Asuka and Kairi can defend the titles, right? Or did they lose them?
No, they still got them.
Then they would probably defend them at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, absolutely. So 3.5 for this overall. So now let's go to best dressed. What do you got, Fashion Plate?
Okay, this was a week ago, so you have to give me a second.
Sure, no problem. Take time. That's all right.
Thanks. Thank you.
We got all night.
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we? Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
it's only
Thank you. You're
not even
really,
7:30 yet.
You're really helping me pause for time here.
No, it's okay. I can vamp.
Oh my God.
Because
okay, it was.
are those words?
No, they were not. It's like I'm reaching out while I'm drowning, and you just high five me as I fall under the water.
Accurate.
do you not want a high five?
Well, I guess I can't give it to Cody because of his permanent stamp on the side of the neck.
Oh God, no.
I'm just not going to give it to MJF out of spite. That's right.
Don't you dare sound offended.
Fuck that guy.
Sir.
Fuck them kids.
You know what? I'll give it to Jericho.
There you go. Yeah, why not?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Spiky jackets for everybody.
Hell
Spiky
yeah.
jacket, great music.
It's nature's way of saying do not touch.
Yeah. Okay, who do you got for worst dressed?
Oh, Hager.
Yeah.
Not so much.
I got Hager's wife because she's
the purple
she's
animal
wearing
print.
she's wearing his tongue and
The Hagers collectively.
Yeah.
Mostly, not so much for Hager's ring gear, but because every other time Hager shows up, he's in a terrible looking polo shirt.
yeah, he is. But he's also got the weird bowl cut that he's pushing back weird.
Yeah,
but when it
something-
falls around, it's a bowl cut.
There's something up with his hair.
Yeah.
Maybe his wife cuts it while they're Frenching.
Right. All right. Well, now this is going to bring me over to David Hensley for best performance. What do you got, sir?
All right, so this is the exact opposite problem of what I have with WWE.
Right.
Because normally if I have a difficult time choosing between who gave the worst performance, and I'm like, oh, God, who sucked the least?
Who to give this Razzie
Who
to?
is the lesser of the two evils here?
Yeah, who put in the best okay performance? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of good options for best performance in there.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is high. MJF, very high. Unfortunately, I had to leave because I was on the verge of passing out before the Jericho and Moxley match, so I didn't get to see that one.
Sure.
But based on what I saw, I'm going with Orange Cassidy.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. And
Hell
why
yes.
wouldn't you? Right on. And that's exactly who I have for best performance. What do you have for worst?
Statlander.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta be, right? Gotta be.
I mean, again, I don't know what this alien is out to accomplish in wrestling. That's the whole point of this gimmick.
Right, yeah. If your entire gimmick is that your character is an alien, play that. And I don't know how you do that, but that's not my gimmick.
Here's what you do.
She does. She does it by booping people on the nose.
Here's what you do. You binge watch Third Rock from the Sun and go that way.
You could do that. That's a possibility. I mean, you got a lot of things that you can do here. But yeah, so we got ours. Let's do our ratings really quick. After this month, and this is going to change after tomorrow, but the top 10 singles wrestlers, starting at number 10, and this is all of these include Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. This includes Impact. This includes AEW, WWE, and NXT. Women's division and men's division are included here. So we start out at number 10 would be our WWE champion Brock Lesnar. Yeah. Number 9, who's dropped a little bit off of the countdown, has been Daniel Bryan.
His match tomorrow is against Drew Gulak.
Why? It is.
Why?
Because they started pushing that this week.
Okay. So it's going to go nowhere. Got it.
Drew Gulak decided I guess for a couple of weeks now, he's been talking about Daniel Bryan and how he has a PowerPoint presentation about Daniel Bryan's weaknesses.
Right.
So he's been talking about it. Well, Daniel Bryan saw him, I guess it was SmackDown, I think, or maybe it was Raw. It doesn't matter. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, since I have so many weaknesses, I'm sure you can exploit them at Elimination Chamber this Sunday. And he said, bet. And so that's what's happening.
Okay.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't dislike Drew Gulak, but why is
I
this
actually
happening?
really like him. I just hate that this story's so thrown. You could have pushed this a little bit, but
You're right. They could. The $1 billion company could have tried a little. You're right.
they could have. But in
any way, shape, or form.
You've been pushing other shit that we don't care about, like Bobby Lashley and Lana's wedding. We could have started then and started pushing that. But no.
You're right. They should try again.
Yeah. So, number 8, here we have Maxwell Jacob Freeman. He actually fell a couple of notches.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm upset about it too. Number 7, we have Andrade. Number 6, that is going to be your NXT, your newest superstar in NXT, Charlotte Flair.
Ah.
Yeah, well, she's back there in NXT now.
Okay.
Or so it seems.
Or so it seems.
Yeah. Number 5.
Didn't she win a Rumble recently?
Yeah, that's why she went to NXT, because she's going to challenge Rhea Ripley. That one I'm looking forward to for WrestleMania.
All right.
That's really the only one I'm really looking forward to for WrestleMania.
Okay.
as it stands right now. And John Cena, I'm kind of interested to see. I want to see the Fiend go over there.
Yeah.
I want to see that happen. Next up, we have your women's champion, Bayley, number 4, who was number 1 until a couple of weeks ago and has fallen down to the number 4 slot. Bray Wyatt. Number 3 is the man, Becky Lynch. Number 2 is our number 1 contender for the WWE champion, Drew McIntyre. Mm-hmm. And number 1 is our newly crowned AEW champion, Jon Moxley. Now, let's move over to the tag teams.
I have a similar list, but it's all Orange Cassidy.
Number 10, we have SoCal Uncensored. Number 9, the Usos, who have jumped back. They were off of the top 10 for a while, but they jumped back into number 9. Number 8 is still holding true at Imperium. Number 7 is the newly crowned Raw champions, the Street Profits.
Oh, they won.
They
cool.
won.
Good for them.
Yeah. Number 6, still the Kabuki Warriors, even though they haven't worked a match. Not really sure how that happens. My system's flawed. What do you want? I'm doing my best here.
It's their dark magic.
Yeah. Number 5 is the New Day. Number 4 is Kenny Omega and Adam Page. Number 3 are the Young Bucks.
I think team should be in quotes at this point for them.
Yeah, I know. These guys are going to fall into non-existent here in, I'll say, 3 weeks, or at least before the next pay-per-view.
That's true.
Number 2 is also your SmackDown champions, Eminem, Miz, and John Morrison. And the number 1 tag team, this is the first time that this has happened in my rating system. We actually have an NXT tag team for number 1, and that would be the Broserweights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I don't even like Matt Riddle, but I just love the name. Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne, the Broserweights.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun. So there you go. That's our that's our ratings. That's our awards, and we are getting ready for Elimination Chamber tomorrow. I'm sure it will
Happen.
Yeah, and we will watch a good portion of it.
I had Taco Bell for dinner. I think my bathroom's going to become the Elimination Chamber later tonight.
Wow.
Same quality, too.
Yeah. That's the direction we're headed. Well, David Hensley, what do we got going on, man?
Oh, boy. Well, in less than 2 weeks, Free Reign Theater Company is opening their limited run of They Fight 2.0, the best battles, brawls, and blade brandishing from literature, not just Shakespeare anymore. That opens on March the 19th at the Duke Energy Theater at Spirit Square. Our Thursday night performance is at 7:30. Our Friday and Saturday performances are at 8 p.m. and our Sunday matinee is at 3 p.m. So if you want to come out and see that, and if you're a listener of this show and you enjoy This Is a Work and wrestling, you should definitely come out, because your host, David Two Dogs Hayes, is playing Charles the Wrestler in William Shakespeare's As You Like It. So there is a fantastic wrestling match that we're doing. It is a lot of fun.
I'm going to whoop this little kid's ass.
It's worth the price of admission just to see this wrestling match. I'm not trying to oversell it. It's fantastic.
I've seen it before. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And you haven't even seen this version of it.
No,
Chris.
I have not, but I've heard it. I've had it talked up to me immensely.
We're
Yes.
changing the finish. I am going over.
Oh no, he's exercising his creative control.
Does Christian know that?
Well,
He'll find out.
Yeah, he'll find
You'll
out.
tell him. You'll call it in the ring.
He'll get the finish and he'll like it.
But if you want to get tickets to that, and I encourage you to do so early because this is a limited run. Instead of 2 weeks like we normally do, we are only doing one weekend.
Yeah, this thing is going to sell out, so you got to get them quick, man.
Yep.
Tickets will pay for the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Exactly. Thank you. You can get those tickets online at carolinatix.org. That's carolinatix.org.
Right on. Barnes,
Yes.
what do you have going on? Tell us, how do we get a hold of you, man?
You just enjoy doing this.
I
every week.
do. I do a lot.
All right. Well, no one's doing it so far, but if people want to argue with me, they can do it on Twitter.
And
They seem to reserve all their anger for you.
they really do. They hate me. I mean, there's just
This seems like a surprise to you.
yeah. There's just so many people that do not like me.
I can relate.
Hashtag relatable.
I kind of bailed out on Instagram.
Yeah.
A little. I'm on TikTok now.
You are.
Yeah. This is a work. You can. In fact, I put something up just a couple hours ago. Pushing for this podcast.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah, I'm gonna start doing that now. Yeah. So you can get me at This Is a Work on TikTok. You can. Yeah, I'm hip, man. Don't shake
He's
your
going to be in
head.
on those dance
That's-
challenges really soon.
Yeah. Hola, menapana, or whatever they
I
do.
don't know.
Oh, God.
That's what I've seen. Most of them, they're just dancing around in their underwear.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably gonna do that later tonight.
All right.
I'm gonna start dancing.
You're going
in
to
my-
wait till I leave, right?
No. Well, somebody's got to hold the camera. So
No.
Nose goes. I know that this is an audio medium, but I'm putting my finger on my nose right now.
That's not fair. Yours sticks out farther than mine.
Oh, God. damn.
Wow. Jesus Christ! I thought that roast ended last week. What the hell?
I didn't even participate.
Well, Chris and I are feuding now. Be sure to check out our match coming up.
Guys, this has just been a little slice of heaven.
Hang on. Because I'm impressed that it worked, but I did manage to sidestep not telling you my Twitter.
Yeah, you did. That I'm gonna let it go this time.
It's Chris the OK.
Yeah. Well, not
You
as
hate
much.
it because it's not as much fun as the other one.
What was the other one?
It was Chris the All Right.
The alt-right. Got
Nope.
it. It's, yeah.
No, not correct.
I got it. No, we know what's in your heart.
Chris the OK. Yeah, it's the OK.
I know. Great.
Uh-huh.
All right, is it okay because you're from Oklahoma? Is that what it is?
No.
Or no?
No,
Hmm.
I'm just gonna let that sit there,
Yeah.
just so everyone hears how
Oklahoma.
terrible it is.
Well, Oklahoma's a predominantly red state. I know that.
So is this one.
That's gonna do it for us here at This Is a Work. We got Elimination Chamber coming up tomorrow. We'll be recording that sometime.
And, listeners, if you want to check out more of our content, you can do so. I will include a link to our YouTube channel in the show notes for this episode, where you can listen to some of our past episodes and check out the wrestling news updates segments that we have done in the past and will hopefully get back to doing whenever we have time for them. So check out the show notes for those links.
Also, Long Walk Talks.
It's going to be back eventually.
Yeah, it's we've been missing it, man. What's going on? Why are you being so lazy about this?
Stan got coronavirus.
No, don't say that. Don't you dare put that evil on us. No, it's we've had rehearsals on Sunday, which is primarily when we have recorded Long Walk Talks in the past. With our schedules the way that they are, getting us all together any other day of the week is just really difficult. And unlike a lot of other podcasts out there, I haven't mastered the art of running a feed from a computer into our recording system. So, and I don't know if Stan even knows what Skype is. So it's not like I can conference him in. The last time we had him call in.
Oh, we could try it with Discord too if we could figure that out.
Sure, I don't know what that is.
Do you want Stan to know what Skype is, though?
It just opens up a whole nother world of perversion for him.
I'm sure he understands the concept of how a webcam works for various reasons. But the last time I had him call in, we got a lot of complaints about the audio quality.
Yeah.
So I just don't really want to do that until I really figure out.
Is this when we shouted at him for his poor opinions about Ready to Rumble?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So Long Walk Talks will be returning later the end of this month or in early April. And like I said, I'm going to adjust our release schedule because we are focusing on the works of Quentin Tarantino this year.
They're
every other
focusing
episode.
on the works of Quentin Tarantino.
Every
Why
other
do you
episode.
not like Quentin Tarantino?
I just don't. Just they never got into his stuff
Blasphemy.
outside of
So anyway,
Django
yeah, that's what
Unchained.
we got going on.
Right on. I want to get back to why you don't like Quentin Tarantino.
Well, you'll have to listen to Long Walk Talks to find out why.
Thank you, Chris.
Wow. So, guys, if you got out of bed today and you didn't like Quentin Tarantino, then you can, well, then you can just step into traffic because this is a work.
Up yours too. Good night.